What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back into my channel. My name is Kreepers and I'm here today with another video. Today's video is about the gyro sensitivities and options. Gyro options. I don't know how it's called. Hold up. Stop. Computer. Stop being stupid. Alright. If you go down here on controls and you go down, you have the gyro controls. That's it. That's exactly it. But in order to use this, you have to be either on PlayStation or in the Nintendo Switch, and you have to enable it. You got to go on options, controls, and use it. You can also use it on PC. That's exactly how I'm doing right now. I'm actually recording on PC. I know it's weird, but I am, because my Elgato has a couple of problems there, and it's fucking up my entire audio. Even if I use OBS, I think I may have to, like, maybe clean everything up on my PC, try to reinstall it, maybe they will fix it, or maybe I just have to send my Elgato back to the warranty, and maybe they'll fix it. But even so, on this video, I want to show you a little bit how the gyroscope gyro controls work, and I also want to talk a little bit just before the video ends. I want to talk just a little bit of why I am not on PlayStation anymore. Now, if you're the controller, if you're a controller console guy who has been following me ever since before I had 1,000 subs, I do advise you to stay here because I have some important message for all of those people. But until then, let's talk a little bit about on the gyro options, controls. So, one of the first things that I noticed is that this is actually awesome with one of the best champions you can have in the game, which is Andrew. This is also really good with Maeve, but trust me, this is insane with Andrew. Dude, look at this shit. I'm gonna look down, and then you see that? You see that shit? You don't do this with a goddamn analog stick. It's fucking awesome. There's only one problem that I noticed. In order to do this, I put this on the maximum. In order to do it, it's really hard to get used to at first. Like, you have to be really trained already. Like, you see, I can't hit shit. But the problem is, when I'm reloading, look, I'm gonna stop the controller. Hold up. Okay, there we go. So, I'm not trying to use the gyro, but it's still shaking a little bit because I'm grabbing it, okay? I'm gonna shoot. Every time I shoot, sometimes it does move a little bit. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reload. Just look at this. You saw the screen shaking? I'll do it again. Pay attention to maybe just an area, a specific area, and see that it actually... You see, it's like shaking. That's because it has vibration on my goddamn reload, and it's doing that. So one of the good options to do this is, like, maybe turn off your vibration. Oh my god, I still have to train so much with this shit. But you could do so much with this, especially on the nether step. Like, it's amazing. Jesus. How did they ever came up with this? They are gods. Thank you so much, Iris. I love this. Ah! I'm still trying to get used to it. It's really hard. It's really hard, okay? It's really easy to use as well. You just go on the controls. You just have to get used to it. That's basically it. Enable the gyro controls and then change your options. If you want it to be as less sensitive as possible, maybe you're trying to play with a Strix, you just want to, like, you're trying to aim and it has to be, like, pinpoint accurate, and you can just give that little tweak. This is a lot better at low options, okay? But if you're trying to play with an Andrew and you want to do those fancy moves that I was doing, I advise you definitely... I'm playing with the keyboard now, but I advise you definitely to put it at the maximum possible. So, is gyro options good? It is. I just believe that it's not available on Xbox, and that is shit. That is bad. That is really sad, and I feel bad for Xbox players that if they cannot have this. Another thing, if you do not own a PS4, original PS4 controller, it may look as similar as possible, but if it's not original, it will probably not have the gyro senses. The gyro, you know, it has a sensor inside of it, and it's almost like you're on the more recent cell phones, the most recent smartphones, that when you use those VR games, when you shift the cell phone in any direction, it will also shift the camera. So if you have ever used that, you know what I'm talking about. It's the same thing, but instead of using a camera, it's actually using your, your aiming ability here. So if I think it's good, I love it. I just feel sad for the Xbox players, and I think it's going to be an incredible good thing. If people master this, which is going to be extremely hard, if people master this shit and they go in against people on PC on the crossplay, oh my god, you guys don't understand. Like it's like having the ability to just chill and play with a keyboard, with a controller sitting on the couch, but at the same time having this almost same ability as the keyboard and mouse. It is so weird. Like, one of the things that I do on console, which it's not here, with May, for example, is I don't have her jump on the X. I mean, it's still there. It's still on the X. Let's go here, Rogue's Gambit. And basically, the jump is also on the R1. That's why if you're looking there, down there on the right side, as you can see, I actually changed this. This is something good as well to go with the gyro senses if you want to test it out, guys. I mean, now with the gyro controls, you're gonna be able to shift your camera while actually jumping. But if you have it like low like this, just to help that tiny little adjustment to the aim at last second to shoot, then you're probably not gonna use that too much. What I advise you to do, this is like a little trick I use, is for the jump, I have it on the R1 as well. So I'm gonna shift this and then I have to actually restore it. I have it at R1, as you can see there, in the R1 ability, which is this one. It's either on left shift or E for my Maeve on PC. I have it on the touchpad. So what happens is that, so if I want to use, okay, as you see here, I'm pressing the R1 right now, and this allows me to actually shift my camera while I'm jumping. It's a lot better. And now I have the prowl on the touchpad, which will allow me to, while jumping, I'm now can move my camera. And then having this a little possible is, imagine I'm looking right over, hold up, right over there, and I want to shoot right side. It's really hard when it slow senses. Oh god. Oh no. All I know is this is amazing. I love it as it is. Yeah, now I have to shift all of this. But as I was speaking, I love it as it is. I like the idea. They are really, really smart. Thank you so much for that. There's only one thing I want to ask is just see if the Xbox players have some sort of an option for that or as well or something. If not, maybe disable it completely and just maybe put the cross progression between customs and so on and leave the crossplay to maybe customs. Just to have some fun with your friends on customs and not to actually make your teams lose in casual and competitive. I know the competitive is probably going to be off and casual is going to leave it on, but the question is, sometimes I try to do missions or try to do recordings in casual as well, and having to lose every single game because I'm going to have controller players there that cannot keep up with the keyboard and mouse players, that's going to be kind of shit. So, you know, that's my idea, but hey, just ignore it, just say that I'm stupid and move on. It's good. No hard feeling. It's okay. So, pretty much that's what I wanted to show you guys, how the gyro options work. Is it good? Is it bad? I think it's really good. I think it's really awesome. Just the Xbox situation is something that is annoying me. I'm not entirely sure if they have it. I'm maybe just talking shit and they actually have it. So if they have it, please, if you're an Xbox player, please do go into the comments and let me know. But now let's talk a little bit. This is more for the people who were here before being my 1,000 subs. Because I just want to explain something to them why I stopped the console streams and playing. Let me just give me just a second, just so I can fix this. There we go. Okay. So, one of the things that I wanted to explain is that, in case you don't understand why I started on PlayStation, was because I didn't have a good computer. I started off back there. I could play Paladins on PC, but with the lowest options possible, and I couldn't record it. It just wouldn't allow me. Even if I tried to use the Elgato, which is kind of broken at the moment, that would be even worse because the Elgato requires more process power than actually my OBS, and it's sad that that happens. And as such, I started off on PlayStation, got an Elgato, started doing videos and editing them on the PC because the PC could just run the Elgato recording normally, just not playing and record at the same time. So after I hit 1,000 subs, I did had some money saved up, and I'm still paying for the computer, but I got this computer that I own right now. And ever since I started recording and streaming here, it's a lot easier for everything. From putting music to maybe see chats, to see the animations, put animations on the stream of people who just subbed, to see the donation animations and so on. Everything is a lot easier than before. Before I had two screens, one for the PlayStation, one for the PC, and when I was playing on the PlayStation, I would have to look constantly to the right side, to the other screen, and see if I had any notification of somebody subbing or so on. Now, if that happens, first of all, I receive an audio notification. Then some of the times I can even activate it to have it on screen so I can see it. I don't have that on, otherwise that will be just bad for my gameplay, but even so. You guys remember that back in April, they kind of fucked up the aiming system, and I kind of stopped for a while going to PlayStation because of that. I was more on PlayStation than PC still back then, but when I started to lose my aiming ability, I stopped playing PS4. So I waited and waited and waited for a very long time until people could fix it, which was recently. Really, really recently. And I even did a stream on that saying, is it good now? And it is better. And I found out throughout all that time that my problem was actually not the aiming system that they put it, because I could kind of shift that around. The problem here was this. It was this two little options right here. If you don't have the options like this, then you're probably having a lot of problems on your aiming system. Beyond that, it's just if it's stronger or faster, or if it basically, you know, if it goes faster while shifting the camera or slower. Those are different things. The inner dead zone and the outer dead zone are what fucked me up for so long, and I did not know that. I had this shit both at maximum almost, and basically if I ever tried to use my analog sticks, they wouldn't assume the smallest little movements because the inner dead zone was too large. So it would make the controller only assume a movement on the analog stick almost when I was already halfway of the tilted analog stick. So that was fucking me up. If I was just trying to tap the analog stick to do just a little correction to the camera, I couldn't because it was not on minimum. Now, if it was on minimum as well, it would be too sensitive, and as such, sometimes my character would start to move on its own. So that was actually not good at all. But then I started using this at small. You have minimum, I put it at small. And the outer dead zone, which is the far end of the analog stick, when it's actually going to stop, you know, assuming a movement, where it's going to be that final limit. If it is on minimum, that means it goes to the maximum possible with the analog stick, so you can, you know, you have more control. Not to mention that I also have a Game Freak on my analog stick. So all of this together kind of fucked me up, and I didn't know what inner dead zone or outer dead zone was. All right, there were people out there that didn't know what it was. I did a video on the options of on the console. People said, "Hey, you know, they're really good, but what is the inner dead zone and outer dead zone?" And I said, "I don't know. I actually don't know. I did a video on the options, and I didn't study enough, or I tried to study that enough, and I couldn't just find it." So that was shit. I just found that recently, and it's a lot better now to use. I can use it a lot better. All right, it's so different. And right now I'm using the keyboard and mouse. It's not the same thing. Okay, just ignore that. But it's just while I'm talking, just to move around, so you guys don't. You're not just looking at a standing thing. But now that I found that out, the problem is I lost practice. It requires me at least some weeks of training, intense training on console, to now come back with that same aim I had before. And for some people, that may look like nothing, that you guys play on console, it's okay. But as I started doing videos on PC, I started doing more videos. I started doing better videos. I started doing more quality videos with 60 frames per second, which I wasn't giving the people on the console. I'm even able to record in 4K, something that I didn't have on console. The quality is also a lot better. All right, you see these particles here? These particles over here wouldn't be almost possible to record on console. And also, now that they added this gyro controls, it's a lot better. But before, I would have to go with slow moves of shifting the analog stick to actually do like a 180 or something. So that was bad as well. So due to loss of practice, my aiming wasn't correct, and you know, a lot of other issues that were also on console, because with the aim friction and magnet, that also fucked it up a little bit. I knew a lot of people were complaining about it. Not knowing all that on time, I lost practice, and my main place now is PC. Unfortunately, this is something that I didn't want to say out loud to people who play on console that used to follow me. You guys may be like, oh, really? I'm gonna unsub to you. I'm gonna be mad. I followed you because you were a console player, and now you're on PC. Like, you just betrayed us or something. Although I kind of understand that, and understand that for you guys, that's your opinion, and my idea, this is a lot better both for me and for you guys. Although I know that you guys want to play with me, I mean, you're gonna be able to do that pretty soon. On January with crossplay, we're finally gonna be able to play between. I do a stream on PC, but you guys on console are gonna be able to play with me. Of course, they're still waiting on the response of Sony. That doesn't. Most of the people who followed me were from Sony, so that's kind of shit. That, you know, from PS4, it's kind of shit, and I feel bad that if the PS4 doesn't get into the deal, which I believe it will, because they did the same thing with Fortnite. Fortnite, if I play on console on PS4, and if you play on PC, we can play together. I think you can not only... The only thing that they do not allow is between Xbox and PS4. I'm not entirely sure. And maybe that's what's going to happen. Maybe we're going to be able to do crossplay PC, PS4, but not PS4 and Xbox. But it's okay. That's still okay, because if that happens, that means that, you know, I can do a match with people only from PlayStation, and I can do a match only with people from Xbox. I can do customs with you guys. I can go on casuals. The only thing I'm not going to be able to do is competitives. And on the same way, I am going to be able to record this with a lot more better quality, go on replays, go on spectate modes, use commands, which you cannot use on console at the moment, and so on. It's a lot better. All right, as a content creator, I'm going to put it out there right now. PC is a lot better than console. As a player, I believe that the aiming system is a lot better on PC, and for certain graphics is also good, but come on. The graphics that this game asks PS4 will blow them away like 2-3 times. Like, it's easy. Like, this is a shit graphics for a console, okay? Trust me. So, if anything, back on PlayStation, if you want to chill and play Paladins, it's easy because everybody has the same exact options as you. Controller, that's it. Alright? With crossplay, that's going to be a little bit different. Back there, I'll try to do a video on my opinion on that as well. But for now, this is it. Gyro options, gyro controls, I believe it's awesome. Good idea. Very fucking good idea. For anybody who came up with that idea, you're a god. Thank you very much. And please, Sony, make it happen. Make the crossplay happen. I beg of you. Alright? They're never going to listen to this, but just do it. I want to have my old subs back from console, back to play with me, because I feel like I can't go back to the controller. It's already too late. Like, I can go to the controller and play Call of Duty for some reason, but even with the good options for Paladins, I don't play as good. That's my weird thing, because I can't understand it's a first-person shooter, and I can play Call of Duty, but I can't play Paladins. There still has to be something there, even without dead zone options, that it's fucking up people's aims. I think that the system of aiming is not good. They should actually fix that as well. But even so, guys, that's pretty much it for the video today. I hope back on console you guys are not mad at me, and I apologize tremendously a lot for leaving you guys a little bit there. It sucks. I know that every time I turn on my PlayStation, I receive messages saying, hey, I guess you gave up on the PlayStation, and it feels bad. just to finish up the video, you guys don't understand, but PlayStation is my life. There's sort of a personal story behind it, and I'm not going to talk about it. It's just going to leave it for now. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I apologize again for everything. I hope the crossplay comes soon enough so I can have all my friends and subs and members and so on back here. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, guys. Have a wonderful time. See you guys next time.